Izzy vs Costa is just around the corner, so here is part 1 of my series on this title fight, where I will take a look at Izzy's best parts of this style matchup, and then next week I will flip that around in part 2. Adesanya is one of the most experienced strikers in the UFC. He is perhaps the best example of the city kickboxing style, being a master of feinting, range and movement. With over 140 fights across styles, Izzy has faced a wide array of skill sets and sizes, fighting as high as heavyweight, so he has plenty of experience with high level strikers trying to take his head off, and he's only been stopped by knockout over his career one time by perhaps the best active kickboxer on the planet today in Alex Pereira. Costa is a hulking technical brawler who is defined by his non-stop forward pressure and his huge frame for the division. Costa looks to move opponents back to the cage by launching hard body kicks at them, and when he gets someone in place, he will unleash with a volley of thunderous combinations. He has a committed body attack and throws his shots with smooth technique at maximum power. He will throw hard right hands down the centre and use his body kicks and wide arcing hooks and overhands to hurt opponents in front of him if they attempt to circle out sides. And the moment he catches you standing still, he will unleash with his combinations. And while he has some fantastic weapons and knows how to use them in line with his style, Costa lacks the nuance of some of the better strikers Izzy has faced over his career. Costa will allow his man off the cage, allowing them to escape out the sides if he cannot stop them by swinging offense. Yoel showed very little rush to get off the cage in their fight, but when he did, he just circled off. Yoel is greatly aware of his positioning and diligent about getting his back off the fence when he is in danger. And when finding himself trapped, he is quick to establish the clinch, where he can use his height to protect himself from strikes, as seen in his kickboxing career and in MMA. This should allow Costa to fire off some of his legendary body punching, so he shouldn't hang out here too long. Against Uriah Hall, Costa had a lot of trouble finding a way past the jab, and eventually just walked into it and decided to take shots to land shots. And while ultimately this paid off, Israel is a phenomenal counter striker and has punished many aggressive foes, including those much larger than him, and Bobby Knuckles. RIP. We have seen Costa countered by Uriah and Yoel while aggressively pushing forward, throwing offense like the Terminator, so it doesn't seem like a good choice versus Izzy. So far in the UFC, the opponents who have had the most success against Izzy have been those who have had a deep bag of offensive and defensive skills to play the striking chess match with him. Kelvin used a wide variety of tricks to enter on Izzy, and Costa will need to do more than simply just walk into him. Despite Kelvin's surprising attacks, it was not enough, and even in his success, Izzy has showed he has heart to go with his skill. Costa will need to bring his A game, and next week I will talk more about how Izzy's style can play into Costa's favour. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe to stay up to date.